So the Titans have a chance for the 1 seed. The Green Bay Packers wrapped up the 1 seed last night on Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night
a
Football.
must-see game, a fantastic game here at NBC. That's what every Sunday night game is a fantastic game.
Yes.
Maybe this one a little bit less so, but it was a blowout from the get-go. No Kirk Cousins in this one. Green Bay, though, clinches the 1 seed for the third time with Aaron Rodgers. They did it in 2011. They lost in the divisional round
to the Giants. Yeah,
did it last year. Lost in the NFC Championship game to the Bucs. So it hasn't necessarily worked out for them.
No.
To the tune of getting to a Super Bowl, but dominant performance. And is it time, Chris, that we self-scout thyself? Finally, a mea culpa on Davante Adams. Has it come to that?
Oh,
point?
It definitely has. Listen, the two biggest L's I took of the last 2 years are probably Davante Adams and Jalen Hurts is probably the other one I'm going to take a big L on from this year. So Adams was 2020 L. Hurts is going to be my 2021 L, and that's fine. I mean, again, that's fine. I was wrong. There's no doubt about it.
When you go out on a limb sometimes and make strong statements,
yes,
sometimes you got to reevaluate.
Davante Adams, he has it all. Sometimes maybe I don't give enough credit to route running and some of the polished aspects at the wide receiver position. He's got great size. I'm a little bit more of the guy that puts more into like pure explosive ability. You know that. I'm a little bit more of I favor the guy where I can throw a 5-yard slant to him and he can go 80. That's not Davante Adams. That's not. So, again, I realize he's obviously one of the 5 best receivers in football. I got that. But there's also for Chris Simms' list, there's 5 receivers I would take over him for my offense. I know
because I'm supposed to be where you got.
I'm more into the weapon.
See the Packers. You're
this
supposed to get
is
the
where
Packers fans on
I
your
love
side,
the Packers. I love Davante Adams. I'm just. Do you want me to give you honest answers or do you want me to give you answers that make the Packers fans feel good? That's where Again, I love his game. His game. It needs a precision quarterback and a drop back quarterback like that. See. Tyreek Hill, DJ Moore, Jamar Chase, they don't need a precision pass game. You can give them speed sweeps and reserves and screens and slants, and they're going to be able to go. Adams needs a true drop-back pass game that knows how to utilize him and have a guy like Rodgers throw him the ball. And there he maximizes, okay?
Yes.
So, again, he's awesome. I get that. I'm just saying that it's not necessarily always my type of receiver. That's all I'm trying to say. I was wrong about that. I get it, and I'm sorry.
And I think maybe a lot of people, though, moving on from that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is going to make Packers fans happy, and now we ended with that.
No. I think he's awesome. I do. I just, again, I guess I err on the little bit more of the dangerous receiver. All right, and I understand people are going to go, well, he's dangerous. Look what he does. I get that, but it's easy to be dangerous too. And if again, some of those balls he caught yesterday, I just want to. Well, all the good receivers are going to catch those balls. The ball is so unbelievably well thrown. I don't know what you guys want me to say.
Yes.
He's not that open. It's unbelievable MVP Aaron Rodgers type throws. So, and I guess that's where I push back a little.
Is Aaron Rodgers the sure MVP now?
I think so.
After that game.
I do. I mean, again, we don't have to waste our time talking about this game a whole lot. Let's just have fun with these kind of conversations. I mean, but I agree. I mean, I don't know. Do you agree? I think with the Jonathan Taylor, again, a good game yesterday, but them losing to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Brady was underwhelming yesterday against the Jets. He made 0 plays other than the last highlight drive everybody sees. There was no plays in the game.
Yep. Joe Burrow, late charge.
But if you talk about consistency, always putting their team in the position to win, and again, you've talked about it. Oh, the 2 number 1 seeds. This is their 3rd time being a number 1 seed. And they've lost at home in the playoffs, and they're supposed to be always great up there in the cold weather. I guess I still question the greatness of the Green Bay Packers and how good and dominant they are. I think they're a little Rodgers and Adams dependent. I guess that's what bothers me about them to a degree. But yes, I clearly I was going to make another point there, but I clearly think Rodgers is the MVP for the 2nd year in a row. I do.
You could throw Cooper Kupp in there too. If
you're
breaks
right.
All the records.
You're right.
Year.
He'd be in that conversation, no doubt about it.
But
I think as far as when you talk about value to their team and what they did for them this year, that's to me where I just go, man, Rodgers, it's all about him. I mean, Rodney couldn't stop talking last night, even after we got off the show, of Rodgers sees everything. He's like, I've never seen anything like it. And again, this is a guy that played with Tom Brady. And I think Rodney was like, And I want to put words in his mouth, but he was on the borderline of like, I'm not sure Rodgers isn't the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
Well, what was the stat? It was a crazy stat I saw. And I think this is right, and Pete can fact check us. But I think he has now thrown over 500 passes this year with 4 interceptions. I believe he has 4 seasons like that so far. And there has never been another quarterback ever to have a season like that.
No.
Pete, I don't think I just made that up.
No, I think it's something. It's right along those lines, though. I've heard this.
And how can you not look at that? And it's not like he's checked down Charlie. He's making big-time plays all the time. How can you not look at that and say, like, he might be the best quarterback we've ever seen?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think he is, definitely. I understand people questioning the person or whatever else, but I try to not look at that, and we'll just talk about football on the field. And he's certainly my favorite to watch, and I think he has won the MVP. And just, again, the way he manages the games, the quality of the throws, always knowing when to take a chance, when to play conservatively. Like even last night, they knew they weren't going to take any dumb chances early on in the game. What? Sean Mannion's at quarterback? We could probably kneel on the ball here and win the game 6-3.
Yeah.
So he was very conservative. It was underwhelming at first. It was only 6-0, but yes, again, I'm going to go back to that. I just don't know how dominant they are. And I think the point I was going to make was, that's why I think we've seen them lose at home in the playoffs at times, because I don't think the teams are really as good as we think they are. A little bit like Manning with the Colts sometimes in the 2000s where, he chokes in the playoffs. They're always the 1 or 2 seed, and then they lose the game. And I want to go, they were the 1 or 2 seed because Peyton Manning made regular season magic happen all the time. And, they have games where they are outplayed, but Peyton got the ball with 3 minutes left and went down 90 yards and zing, zang, zoom, touchdown. And we all go, oh, they're great. And it's like, no, they were actually outplayed. Peyton Manning was just amazing. And there's a little bit of that sometimes with Green Bay and Rodgers, too.
Sure.
So I guess, I'm making Green Bay fans mad, but I question that, Green Bay fans. Don't be mad at me. I'm just not sure.
So maybe the last couple of years they've been like maybe a 10-win team, but they've now won 13 games each of the last 3 seasons under Matt LaFleur. He has 39 regular season wins, most by a coach in NFL history in his first 3 seasons. So as you look at Coach of the Year stuff, Matt LaFleur now, thanks to our friends over at PointsBet, is co-favorites along with Zach Taylor now, plus 155.
I like it.
Mike Vrabel making a charge too, plus 300. And you can make a case for Mike Vrabel there as a 1 seed after losing Derrick Henry and not having Julio and A.J. Brown for big chunks of the year. Those are 3 good choices. I almost, I'm giving all this Bengals love now and recency bias here, but a lot of times it does go to the coach that takes the team that no one expected to be there and is there.
Right.
And I think Zach Taylor's going to get a lot of love here. But LaFleur has been criminally underrated the last few years.
I think it's finally come. I think that everything fell into place for LaFleur here the last 2 or 3 weeks to where I think he's finally going to get the deserved Coach of the Year. I don't know how he doesn't, again, 2 years in a row, like we've talked about, a number 1 seed. Aaron Rodgers is playing as good a football as he's ever played in his life. So that's under the tutelage of LaFleur. Some of the things he's had to deal with, like we've talked about. I mean, it's 3 years of off-season drama that he just brushed aside, and it didn't affect their team at all in any way. They give all the right answers in press conferences. They play tough. He understands how to manage games. Again, that's why I think they are where they are, is because they manage games and do the things the right way always. They never waste plays. Him and Rodgers, they're just a great combination that way. I think he's won it this year. I think it's official.
And Pete, you fact-checked me, right? So it looks like 3 total seasons where Rodgers has over 500 pass attempts and 4 or fewer interceptions.
Right. And I mean, how many? And then he's got 5 seasons of just 5 or fewer.
So he's got.
Or no, I'm wrong. Sorry.
You're right. No.
Yeah, I am
You're
right.
right.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
5. So he's had 5 a couple times. Last year being one of those years. Sam Bradford's also in there. 5 interceptions back in the 2016 year with over 500 pass attempts. Alex Smith is there with a season like that, and Russell Wilson.
See, and that's where, Sam Bradford and those Alex Smith ones were such check down type of, you said it, Rodgers, it's not like it's check downs. It's not. Everybody's scared of Rodgers, his ability to push the ball down the field, and, of course, he can check it down and do the right thing there altogether. But
I think
it's pretty damn special. If you take away the first game of the year against the Saints, the 2 interceptions in that game, I mean, his stats he had no touchdowns and 2 interceptions to start the year off. You wipe away that game, I mean, It's mind-boggling.
It's insane.
Yes.
What he's done here. And he's an interesting character on and off the field. Last thing, Vikings, they're eliminated. Mike Zimmer.
Yes.
You think it's
I think it's run its course. I think it's run its course. I do. I have a ton of respect for Mike Zimmer. I certainly wouldn't be mad at the Vikings if they kept him. I wouldn't go, "Whoa, that's just ridiculous. How stupid are they?" I mean, again, I think they were a good team this year. A good team that was, I'm saying that the wrong way. I want to say they're I think a barely above average team that because of Zimmer, we weren't sure if they weren't good or not. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I think he's a little bit better than people give him a little, they don't give them respect he deserves, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I do think we've gotten to the point there where, hey, it doesn't matter who you are, great coaches, whatever. I mean, we saw Andy Reid with the Eagles. Sometimes it's just, hey, the run, it was a good time there. Did a lot of good things, but it's time to move on for both sides.
He could be a defensive coordinator anywhere. Who knows? Maybe he gets another head coaching job.
Yeah, who knows?
But one guy that he's not that high on is a quarterback they drafted.
I heard this.
So Kellen Mond came in for one series, and then they took him out.
Mannion had hand cramps, I guess. That's why he came in.
And so here was Mike Zimmer when asked, if we have it, on if he's excited to see Kellen Mond play in their final game of the regular season.
Do you think you want to get a look at Mond next week?
Not particularly.
Mike, why don't you want to get a look at him?
I see him every day.
Oh, man. I mean, that is a coach that just
it's a little harsh.
I mean, he just doesn't like that. I mean,
well,
how can you look at that and say, like, oh, yeah, he likes Kellen Mond?
Well, I see. This is where I'll push back a little bit. Don't always take it so personal about Kellen Mond or the player he's talking about there. To me, I think he's more talking to the media in a way there to just be like, no. First off, I'd like to win the last game. I don't know what it means for my career.
Right.
So Kellen Mond doesn't give us the chance to do that.
Kirk Cousins could be back.
And he's also saying, wait, I see the guy in practice every day. He's not ready for this. I think that's what he's saying to me more than anything. I don't think it's like an indictment on Kellen Mond's future.
You were higher on Kellen Mond than most.
Yeah, right.
Does that worry you, though?
Not really. It does not worry me.
Not particularly?
No, not particularly. It does not. It does not worry me. Again, with all these guys, it's still early in their careers, all of them. Let's not write their futures yet. Whether it's Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, any of them. Let's see where this goes a little bit. But, yeah, I think that was more of a answer to the media. Like, no, I see him every day, and he's not ready to play last week, and I don't want to see that. I'd like to win my last game as a Vikings coach. I took it more like that.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.